All right, Unseen Terror from Shropshire, England, and those guys rip it pretty hard. Direct on the line with me is Mitch from the band. Mitch, what's going on in Shropshire?
What do you mean at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, like, what's going on?
Well, it's a pretty quiet place, you know, but there's lots of places where tourists come from, and you even see lots of Americans in a little place called Ironbridge, just down the road from me.
Oh, what do they go there to see?
Because the place called Ironbridge, as you could guess, like, it's got an iron bridge in the middle of it over the river, and what makes it so, I don't know, attractable to these tourists is because it was the first iron bridge ever built in the world, so
Oh.
you see all these people with the cameras and walking over it, and
Huh. That's pretty weird. When was that built?
that was built in 1779.
Wow. Okay, listen, the band, we just heard a song called Unseen Terror, and the name of your band is Unseen Terror.
Yeah.
What was the song about?
Oh, that song was about the disaster, what happened in Chernobyl in Russia.
Oh, right,
Where
in
the nuclear
Chernobyl.
reactor,
Yeah, yeah.
mysteriously exploded.
Yeah. Now, you guys, Unseen Terror, can you give us a little history about the band?
What do you want it from the top, from the beginning, like?
Yeah, sure. Hit it.
Unseen Terror started as an idea of mine and Shane's in September '86. And then, you know, we were just working around with a few ideas at my dad's house, like with an amplifier and a drum set.
Yeah.
And we came up with a few songs, but we couldn't find a bass player, nor a vocalist. So as time went along for a few months, we kept rehearsing as a two-piece. And then we found a bass player.
Oh, yeah?
And and much to our, you know, disappointment, like, he couldn't really play the songs, you know.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a shame, really. I don't know why, because, you know, he was pretty good at some things, but, you know, he couldn't keep the motion up, the momentum, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
he couldn't play the songs all the way through, and
Huh.
he kept forgetting the songs and things like that. And then things went a bit quiet in December '86 because Heresy from England as well asked me to play guitar for them.
Oh.
Well, as things weren't happening with Unseen Terror at the moment, you know, I thought, well, maybe I could help Heresy, because that's all I said I would do, you know, help them out, you know,
Right.
not join permanently.
Yeah.
And also I'll keep it in mind that if anything ever comes along for Unseen Terror, you know, I'll, you know, move straight away and get things going with Unseen Terror. And for 9 months with Heresy, from December '86 till September '87, I played about 30 gigs on bloody the continent, in Europe and all over England, and I don't know, with various other bands, and things were getting really, really busy. But my thing that I really wanted to do was to get my own personal band off the ground. And in about August '87, after trying a temporary bass player in between, you know, when I was in Heresy, and things didn't work out again, I decided to take over the guitar and vocal slot. So that was okay. Admittedly, some of the songs were a little bit difficult, but we had no alternative, really, because in England there's such a shortage of musicians who really want to play, you know, hardcore or thrash of any sort, really.
Yeah.
And anyway, about that time we also found a bass player, but the only snag was that he was from the London area, which is like 150 miles away from here.
Oh.
But he said he would be dedicated, and he had his own car, and he did come up for rehearsals all the way up to Broseley, where I live.
Right, Broseley.
And things were going okay, but then he started to lose interest. And he got his name on the back of the LP and his picture, you know, Pete Giles.
Oh, is that him, huh?
That's the man.
Oh.
That's the man. And he's the man wearing the half-off cap.
Oh, he's the guy with a half-off cap.
Yeah, inside the sleeve.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, things didn't work out with Pete due
Oh,
to his lack of interest, and he wasn't really that bothered underneath all his false,
yeah.
kind of impressions that he used to give you, I think. So that was another bass player that we didn't have luck with. And
Oh,
now, at the moment, things seem to be quite steady at the moment, because we did get a temporary bass player again, one of our friends in Broseley, where I live again, and he just offered to come and play for us for one gig, because we were offered a gig with Government Issue to play in Nottingham, and that was on March the 15th, just gone.
oh,
And we played with Government Issue and it went well,
yeah.
but sadly, after that, Government Issue had a bad van crash and the drummer, I think, broke his leg.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
because he
heard.
wasn't insured in England, he had to be flown back to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
But anyway, the gig went great, but this kid who offered to play temporarily for us, we knew that he couldn't play all the time for us. It was great having him for the gig, and then we said goodbye to him, sort of thing, and thanks. And then the week after that, we went down to record our Peel session for John Peel
All right, yeah.
in the BBC radio in London.
I hear that studio has got all kinds of gadgets and stuff inside.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shock when you first walk in there, because you go into this big room, and all of a sudden you hear you got your voices in the headphones, and all the knobs are clicking in your earphones, and then you go in when you've recorded something, and you've got all these monitors with all bloody computerized data on, and massive speakers, and a 64-track mixing desk or something like that, and really loads of equipment, and you're thinking, God, what the hell do you do with all this stuff?
Yeah, it's like it pays to work for the government, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I was told to spend a day in the studios down the BBC where the Peel sessions are recorded. It costs, I think, £900 a day, so that'd be like nearly $2,000.
Wow, amazing.
And that's a lot of money, isn't it, for one day?
It sure is. That's a lot of money for 5 days. But anyway,
Mega bucks.
anyway, let's get into a song here. Divisions. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, that's I tried to write that song, Divisions, about exactly how I feel about ignorance and mainly racism, you see, because in the town where I live, it's a quite small town, and the people here are kind of, very, very close-minded,
Oh, right, yeah.
And, I mean, it's a usual thing, you get it anywhere, don't you?
Yeah.
And, say, me and Shane, the drummer, used to work down a place just down the road. We were, building and renovating this old museum up, and
Wait a minute, hold on.
helping out,
You guys, now you guys used to work? That's kind of a dirty word, isn't it?
Work? Well, I don't work anymore, but I did work.
Oh, okay.
Me and Shane used to work at the same place, and, we were just helping and building and bricklaying and, general construction.
Yeah.
And anyway, there was this one guy there, and he used to always be talking about, niggers, bloody bastards, and it really, really used to grate on my conscience, I couldn't say anything to him for the first few times because I was really nervous, and then I just kind of stood up to him and said, look, I just can't listen to this anymore, and
Oh, really?
it kind of turned me into a bit paranoid about it, because I heard so much of it at work about slagging everybody off, he'd slag just anybody off, whether they were black, white, if they had long hair, if they had spiked hair,
Yeah.
and that song, In a Shallow Grave's about him as well,
Oh.
because it says you've gone through life hating others, they thought different, you couldn't be bothered, you didn't care about yourself, you just misused and abused your health. That's the verse.
Oh, okay.
Because that's all about him, I got the impression he hated everybody, and he didn't care about himself, because he was really kind of, really like careless about the things he did, like getting drunk every night and
Yeah.
didn't really care, and never had any money. And
Yeah, I know a couple people exactly that fit that description to a T. But
yeah.
get this
Anyway.
get this guy's home address, and we'll pass it out and get some people to go, talk to him.
Oh, I don't even know where he lives now. He's moved. But
Yeah.
anyway, back onto the subject of divisions. It's
Right,
mainly about racism and my hatred for it, because I've got friends who are coloured and also friends who look a bit radical, so, I can't stand people just judging someone before they know him,
Yeah, right. Okay, well, let's get into it.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, great. Divisions, Unseen Terror on 92 FM. Check it out. All right, nice.
Hey, John.
Nice stuff. Yeah.
Am I supposed to say that piece?
Yeah, Mitch, why don't you hit it?
Okay, now.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hi, this is Mitch from Unseen Terror, and you're listening to Trouble Times Radio with John Autonomy.
All right, nice one. That was a really cool tune there. Mitch, can you...
You like that one?
Yeah, can you tell us who the names and ages of the guys in the band right now?
The names and ages, right then. Well, there's me, Mitch Dickinson, and I'm 20, and I play the guitar and sing some songs now, rather than all of these songs which are on the LP.
Yeah.
And then there's Shane Embry, who's also 20, who plays the drums. Then there's Mick Harris, who is also 20, who sings, and he's also the drummer for Napalm Death.
Oh.
And then sorry, but I don't know his second name, but there's a guy called Steve, who's our new bass player, but sadly, his fingers are broken at the moment, so I can't teach him any songs.
Oh, boy.
But he really wants to do it.
Yeah.
That's dedication for you.
Where's he from?
He's from where Mickey lives, in Birmingham.
Oh, right, okay. Hey, listen, have you guys toured? I heard you don't play a lot live. How many live shows have you done?
Don't laugh. We've only done one.
Really? Oh,
yeah, that's
man.
because of the sheer difficulty in getting members, people who want to do it, because, like I said about bass players and things, and, not being able to get one. Well, hopefully now we'll be able to, play regular and maybe go on a European tour, and then, like, ultimately, come to America or something.
Yeah, an American tour sounds nice.
And play at a beach party or something.
Oh, boy.
Well, We'll have to play a beach bum party, you know.
Yeah, just the full. We'll get Annette Funicello and her friend, and we'll have the full beach blanket bingo party with Unseen Terror, and get it like all these scumbags down there and have a fun time.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Would we be able to play the King's Head in Santa Monica?
No, they don't allow bands, especially not thrash stenchcore type bands.
Oh, God.
Hey, sorry.
Good old English pub.
Hey, I heard a rumor that you guys are not a stenchcore band.
No, we're not.
Well, I mean, what kind of band are you? Like cleancore?
Well,
Smell.
I wouldn't really class us as anything, really. You know, we just wear anything that's in front of us, core.
Oh, okay.
You know, when I get up in the morning, you know, if I don't know, if my Descendants t-shirt's lying on the floor, I'll put that on, or if my Misfits t-shirt's lying on the floor, you know, I don't really care. I just put that on, and depends what pair of jeans I can first lay my hands on, you know.
Now, what about if I give you a pair of leather boots to wear?
I do wear leather boots.
Oh.
Come on then, ask me some questions. I've got high-tech leather baseball boots on.
Oh.
No, basketball boots, sorry.
Oh, boy. Mitch, what are we going to do with you? I mean, golly.
Come on. What's up, man?
Okay. Listen, you guys are you're going to get going on a tour hopefully soon sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, can you tell me who influences are musically for you guys?
Oh, God, there's so many, but I could give you a few.
Okay.
Well, firstly, we try to be as original as possible, but, I mean, every band says that, don't they?
Yeah, okay.
Firstly, the main influence was bands like Repulsion, a band from Flint in Michigan, which were a kind of horror death metal band. And that was the main influence for the kind of heaviness of the guitar plus the speed of the drumming. But we didn't want to write about, like, you know, meaningless sort of thing. You know, we wanted to kind of write something that kind of people in hardcore can relate to, you know, instead of, like, classing us as just another kind of band that writes lyrics about horror or Satan or fucking, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, that was the main influence. Then, of course, we kind of was influenced by Cryptic Slaughter, and, you know, if they're listening, you know, that's a compliment.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And also bands from the New York area like Ludicrous and
oh, yeah.
Straight Ahead.
Oh, okay.
Bit of Youth of Today influence there, even more so in the new songs, because the new songs are even more like... There's still some songs that are the same, but there's even more songs now that are kind of like more hardcore, you know, like... Lots of bass parts and no solos and really fast and, you know, more straightforward, really.
Hey, isn't there an English band that you guys are influenced by?
Discharge.
Oh, okay.
But we're really influenced by Discharge in parts, but like also, because we prefer them, I'd rather say Final Conflict, really.
Oh, right.
Or Crucifix.
Oh, two great bands, yeah.
You know, like this song, the lyrics for like Oblivion Descends or I don't know, what else? Burn Beyond Recognition, you know, something like that.
Alright.
Which is about Hiroshima, really, or...
Yeah.
I know people sometimes say, you know, why have you wrote a song about Hiroshima? You know, it's been done too many times before, but...
Yeah.
If it's something that you feel's got to be stated, you know, why feel guilty about writing another song about it?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, all right. Well, listen, let's get into...
Better to write a song about that than say, like, hack death, kill Satan, bloody...
Yeah,
you know.
Or Satan chews lollipops on Thursday mornings.
Wouldn't you agree with that, John?
All right, let's get into a song. It's called In a Shallow Grave. Can you tell us just briefly about it?
Yep.
Is this about our friend from the construction site?
Yeah. The chorus says he's dead, but he isn't really dead, but we just say he's dead because, you know, he had no brain cells, basically.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we're just saying he's dead because he's mentally dead, if you know what I mean.
Right. Okay, well, let's get into that. This is In a Shallow Grave, Unseen Terror on 92 FM. All right, that sounded, In a Shallow Grave. Nice stuff there. Unseen
You
Terror.
like that one, did you?
Yeah, it's,
That one was particularly influenced by Cryptic Slaughter.
Oh, interesting. Now...
You know what I couldn't believe?
What?
When you said about Cryptic Slaughter being on compact disc, I bet that sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Well, you know, apparently I found out that it's a bootleg compact disc, but I mean, it is on compact disc. It's pretty powerful stuff there from the Lost.
Bootleg?
Yeah, a lot of
Good.
a lot of people are like, you know, copying albums on CD and then like selling it. It's happening to a lot of Dead Kennedys stuff now. But listen, the guitar sound. I mean, you're the guitarist. Can you tell us how you get that unique sound? I've never heard it before.
Oh, everybody says they've never heard of a guitar sound like that. I've had a bit of a mixed reaction from that. You know, some people have said, it's horrible, you know. But that doesn't bother me, you know, because at least it's kind of like what you said, unique.
Yeah.
How it happened is, in the studio, I was using a little Marshall amplifier, and I put my distortion pedal up full so it was really distorted, and I turned the amp up pretty loud, and I was sitting directly in the mixing room when I was playing my guitar, like he plugged me straight into the desk, and I had my sound coming out of the amplifier, but I could hear myself through the speakers in the mixing room, and I had my headphones on and I could hear Shane on the drums, so there I was, you know, playing along, and it sounded pretty, like, awesome or whatever, you know, through the headphones. Then when he played it back, I couldn't believe it, you know, it was really, really powerful. And then once he'd mixed it a bit more, it was kind of a mistake, because how he got that kind of really raw edge to it, we'll never know, you know. He just kind of twiddled with the knobs and said, "Do you like that?" And I said, yeah. That was it, it just happened, you know.
Oh. Now...
'Cause I was there saying, no, I wanted a bit more kind of rawer than that, you know, give it a more kind of bit of edge to it, you know.
Yeah. How did you guys get a release on Earache Records, I wonder?
That goes way back into history, that does, because we did, as I said, when we formed in September '86, as just an idea band, you know, two-piece, 2 members. Me and Shane knocked out, well, we played 6 songs and like recorded it onto a rehearsal, you know, just taped it, you know. And we sent it to various guys around the world, you know, who collected tapes and things like that, and sent it to magazines just to get a bit of recognition, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dig must have got it off somebody, and he like wrote to me and said, "Wow, you know, I've heard your tape, you know, bloody great stuff." And I couldn't believe it, you know, because it was only guitar and drums, no vocals or bass or anything, or nothing flashy, you know.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'd like to do an album."
Wow.
And I said, "What? An album already?" And he said, "Yeah, I think the material's strong enough, you know, without guitar, without bass and vocals, you know, I'd really like to do an album." So that was, I don't know, it was almost a year later when we recorded the LP, but he never really went off the idea. He was really pleased when it came out.
Yeah, so...
I think it sold about 6,000 copies so far, which is really good.
Wow, good news. Now this is...
Hey, John, is it true it's a bit it's really difficult to buy in California.
Well, I'll tell you this. I haven't seen it in any stores here. I'll have to, and that's the San Francisco area. I'll have to check down in Los Angeles in a couple months or something. But they might have it then. But you just don't.
Well, you can get it really cheap from Dig's label itself in England.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell everybody on the radio, or well, they can hear me, can't they?
Yeah. Okay.
At Dig's address, you can get it for $10, airmail paid.
Oh, right. And what's that?
It's like only $1 more than you'd pay for a record in America, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you give out that address?
That is Earache Records, P.O. Box 144, Nottingham, NG3 4GE, England.
Oh, great.
And that is $10 for the Unseen Terror LP.
Yeah, and a fine purchase, I might add, and it's called Human Air. And the sticker, now here's another Dig Earache Records sticker, and this sticker says, Killer 20-track album of extreme speedcore thrash metal. This maims at Mach 9 with awesome mosh power.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Don't read that out.
That's quite a sticker, huh?
I hated that sticker, when I first saw that. Because Dig didn't tell us he was going to put a sticker. And it said, it classifies the music as thrash metal, and I didn't really want it to be classed as thrash metal, you see.
Yeah.
Because we really wanted to get over to the hardcore audience. And if say, a kid into hardcore bands and like hates metal or whatever saw that LP and said, "Oh, thrash metal, put it back in the box, I'm not buying that."
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree with that?
I would, yeah. Now, one thing I want to say...
If anybody's listening out there, take no notice of the sticker.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll be quite pleased when you hear it. Well, I hope so anyway.
Yeah. On the album sleeve inside, the only thing that I really have a problem with is it says special thanks, and then you can't even read some of the stuff because of the picture.
That was a big mistake, really, at the printers.
Yeah.
It's that was just a mistake, and it was too late to have it rectified, once it had been pressed,
Oh, right. Okay.
I know, lots of people have said, I thought you said my name was going to be on there. And I say, it is. Look at that little black mark there.
Oh, boy.
Just there, look, see it? No, I can't see it. Well, it's a bit of a smudge, but there you are.
Oh, God. Okay. Now, I noticed that on this album, you got a lot of cool songs here with some neat titles and some nice lyrics that, that are just politically right on and that I'm into. But then we get into songs like Garfield for President, Normal,
Odie's Revenge.
Odie's Revenge, Garfield Strikes Again. What is this thing?
That was just to show, that we had a sense of humour, and also kind of doing really short songs, like Garfield Strikes Again is like kind of like a Dag Nasty kind of riff, and then it goes soft in the middle, just to prove that we could be diverse rather than just play bang, 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 fast.
Right, okay, that's cool. That's fair enough. And I noticed here that on the album cover picture on the back, there's a picture of you and you're wearing a Garfield t-shirt.
Yep.
So, you guys obviously have something going with Garfield. Can you let us in? What's the big thing you got going with Garfield?
Well, it's mainly me, really, because, I've got a bit of a kind of addiction to Garfield books. And it's funny, really, because all the time now I get letters from, all kids in, America and Europe.
Yeah.
And lots of them, have drawn Garfield on the letters. And they've also sent me things like Garfield comic strips out of their daily papers, or in foreign languages, and Garfield pencil tops, Garfield rubbers, erasers,
Oh, yeah.
It's really funny,
Well, listen, why don't we get into a song here called Garfield Strikes Again. Now, I'm just gonna read through some of these lyrics because are
Strictly non-serious.
yeah. Now you're the one doing the lyrics, and it's really hard to hear your vocals. I guess you know. Uh, anyway, here are some of the lyrics. This is for Garfield Strikes Again. One Sunday evening, when John was asleep, our friend went a-prowling for something to eat. When he found nothing, he wasn't too pleased. He went on a rampage to put mind at ease. At what? Oh, at ease. Oh, okay. So that's kind of cute. Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
You wanna introduce the song, Mitch?
Okay, this song is the last one on the album. It's called Garfield Strikes Again. It's about that hero of a cat that was invented in America.
All right.
And
Here.
I'm sure everybody's heard of him.
Yeah. Okay. Here
Anyway.
he is. All right. Garfield strikes once again. And Mitch, what were you gonna say before we cut you off?
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay. Well, it must have been very important then.
Slight relapse of memory there. It probably wasn't important,
Now, there's a song that I really like on your new LP, and it's called Winds of Pestilence, and then it goes into a song called Hysteria.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, I mean, some of this music is really, really cool stuff. How do you guys go about, thinking up the music and what you can actually play?
Well, that happens in my bedroom, you see.
Among other things, right?
Here, pal. No,
What?
I do, I just, because I don't practice that often, but sometimes, I'm sitting down playing my guitar and I just come up with a riff and I think, I could take that a bit further,
Yeah.
And like, it just happens, and it doesn't take long to write a song. I'm not like, say, Slayer, they take 10 months over writing one song or something, or some metal band would,
Yeah.
That's what's kind of dead punk about us, man.
Yeah.
A song's just a song, we just write it in, say, half an hour or something and say, that's good.
Okay. Winds of Pestilence. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
That's just like an intro, like the Winds of Pestilence, like, I don't know. We got the kind of idea from, do you remember the kind of, well, it's still going on, the famine in Ethiopia, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it was kind of just an intro that kind of sounded doomy, like, because of the kind of pain and the sorrow and everything of all this famine thing in Ethiopia.
Hmm.
And, like, there's no words to it, but, you know, it kind of...
Right.
To me, anyway, just listening to it, it kind of, I don't know, expresses itself, really.
Okay. And then following that, you go into a song called Hysteria. What's that about?
That's about, like, how the government can kind of work something out behind your back and kind of, I don't know, lie to the public and kind of get the public in hysteria, you know, like, they could say,
yeah.
well, in 10 minutes' time, the world's going to blow up, and you say, well, you know, not that bad, but they'll broadcast something and it gets the public panicking, like, I don't know.
Yeah, right, okay.
And it causes kind of mass chaos.
To say the least. All right, well, listen, Mitch, that'll close out this exclusive interview with Mitch from Unseen Terror on 92 FM Troubled Times Radio. Mitch, this is the time when we say any last comments, people you'd like to say hi to, whatever?
Yeah, thanks a lot, John, for the interview. It's been really fun, you know.
Oh, yeah, great.
Hello to everybody out there, and remember, you know, if you really want to get hold of this record, you know, remember to send off to the address that I told you before.
At Earache Records, right.
Could I say hello to Jess from Terrorizer in Huntington Park? Although I haven't written to him yet, but I will be soon.
Okay.
Because, you know, he just might be listening to this.
Right.
Thanks for everybody who has bought the LP, you know. Your support's really appreciated, and anybody who wants to write to me, feel free, but because I'm not very, you know, well off, because I'm unemployed, you know, please send, you know, $1 for postage or an international reply coupon or something, and
yeah.
I don't know.
Now,
hello to everybody else, and thanks, man.
Now, just quickly here, can you actually make it on what you get paid on the dole?
About $60 a week.
I mean, do you make it through the week with that?
Well, just about.
Yeah. Wow.
Really bad.
Yeah, I know. And they're thinking of cutting it, too.
God, are they?
Yeah, cutting it by 7 pounds, but...
That's what I mean, man. Hysteria.
Yeah, that's it. All right, let's get into it. Winds of Pestilence, Unseen Terror. Mitch, thanks again, and I'll stay on the line. I'll talk to you off the air.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, Troubled Times Radio.